Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, a name that evokes an instant image for many, the sultry vampire queen with her black bouffant hair, tight-fitting dress, and campy wit. But behind this iconic persona is a fascinating and resilient woman named Cassandra Peterson, whose life journey to stardom is filled with unexpected twists, determination, and, of course, a dash of darkness and glamour. Today, let's explore the life of the woman behind the horror icon, whose rise to fame was as unconventional as her character herself. Cassandra Peterson was born on September 17, 1951, in Manhattan, Kansas. Raised in Colorado, Peterson's life took a dramatic turn at a very young age. At just 18 months old, she suffered severe burns in an accident with boiling water, which left her hospitalized for weeks. This experience, Peterson has said, made her feel different from others growing up, something she came to embrace later on in her career. Despite this early hardship, she developed a fascination with horror, B-movies, and anything a little offbeat. As a teenager, Peterson pursued a career that took her in a vastly different direction than horror. She became a go-go dancer and later found herself performing as a showgirl in Las Vegas. At only 17, she was the youngest showgirl ever in Vegas, performing in Viva Les Girls. While in Vegas, she had encounters with some of Hollywood's elite, including a memorable one with the King himself, Elvis Presley. He encouraged her to pursue singing and acting, marking a pivotal moment in her early career. After Vegas, Peterson's adventurous spirit took her to Europe, where she performed as a singer in an Italian rock band. This was also the time when she started to dip her toes into acting and began studying the craft seriously. But the horror bug had bitten early, and Peterson never shook her love for the eerie and supernatural. She returned to the United States in the early 70s, working in Los Angeles as a struggling actress while waiting for her big break. Her chance came in the early 80s. Peterson was hired to host a late-night horror movie show on a local Los Angeles station, KHJ-TV. The program, called Movie Macabre, needed a host, and the producers gave Peterson the freedom to create her own character. Drawing on her love of horror and her knowledge of the genre, she came up with Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. The Elvira character was a gothic, vampy woman with an outrageous personality, combining horror and humor in a way that hadn't been seen before. The look was bold, long black hair, pale skin, red lips, and a black, skin-tight gown with a plunging neckline. Peterson's exaggerated costume and playful approach made Elvira instantly memorable. Elvira wasn't your average horror host, she was irreverent, funny, and sexually empowered. The character was a parody of horror's femme fatale, combining camp with confidence in a way that connected with audiences. And in 1981, when Movie Macabre first aired, it became a local sensation. What followed was a whirlwind of fame. Elvira was more than just a TV host, she became a pop culture phenomenon. Merchandise with her image began to sell, costumes, action figures, comic books, and more. Her brand grew, and she became a beloved icon, even for those who weren't fans of horror movies. The character appealed to a wide range of people, and part of Elvira's charm was how accessible she made horror. Her humor, wit, and unapologetic persona allowed viewers to laugh at the spooky and macabre. In 1988, Peterson took Elvira to the big screen in Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, a comedy that showcased everything fans loved about the character. The movie introduced Elvira to a wider audience and cemented her role as the Queen of Halloween. Although it wasn't a box office success, the film gained cult status and became a staple of Halloween viewing. Her movie career didn't end there. Elvira continued to appear in various projects and even launched a sequel, Elvira's Haunted Hills, in 2001, which she produced herself. This DIY approach was a testament to her commitment to the character and her drive to keep Elvira alive. Elvira's success wasn't always smooth sailing. Peterson faced challenges, particularly in keeping control of the character she created. She fought hard to keep the rights to Elvira and has consistently refused to compromise the character's integrity. This dedication ensured that Elvira's image remained consistent and authentic, which is one reason she's remained beloved by fans for decades. Her commitment to this character is both a personal and professional testament to her tenacity and vision. Behind the scenes, Peterson's life has had its ups and downs. She has always been open about her experiences with show business and the personal challenges she's faced. Recently, she released a memoir titled Yours Cruelly, Elvira, where she revealed a side of herself that fans hadn't seen before, including her relationships and struggles outside the limelight. Perhaps most surprisingly to her fans, she shared that she has been in a long-term relationship with another woman, breaking down preconceptions and redefining the image of Elvira in a deeply personal way. The longevity of the Elvira character is something almost unheard of in Hollywood. Elvira has outlasted fads, adapted to new media, and become a timeless symbol of horror pop culture. Even after 40 years, the character is as iconic as ever. Peterson has continued to reinvent Elvira, ensuring that the character remains relevant to each new generation. Whether she's appearing on late-night television, streaming online, or in cameo roles, Elvira remains a fixture of Halloween celebrations across America. Elvira's legacy extends beyond just her TV shows and movies. She has influenced a generation of artists, writers, and performers who were inspired by her humor, confidence, and willingness to push boundaries. Her influence can be seen in modern horror hosts, drag culture, and anywhere that camp meets horror. Elvira has shown us that horror can be fun, sexy, and a little bit cheeky, breaking away from traditional horror stereotypes. Cassandra Peterson, now in her 70s, remains as passionate about her character as ever. While she may not don the black wig and gothic attire as frequently as in her younger years, she continues to make appearances and keep Elvira alive in the public eye. The character has proven to be timeless, and as long as there are horror fans and Halloween enthusiasts, there will always be a place for Elvira. In a career spanning nearly 5 decades, Cassandra Peterson has redefined what it means to be a horror icon. She transformed Elvira into something more than a character. She created a cultural phenomenon that has influenced pop culture and horror for generations. Through humor, resilience, and a flair for the dramatic, Elvira became the beloved mistress of the dark. And so, as Halloween approaches each year, we can be sure Elvira will rise from the shadows once more, a symbol of the spooky, the strange, and the spectacular. What truly sets Cassandra Peterson and her iconic alter ego, Elvira, apart is the way she broke barriers in a genre that has traditionally been male-dominated. In her memoir Yours Cruelly, Elvira, Peterson reveals the struggles she faced as a woman in Hollywood, including battling sexism and industry stereotypes. Creating a character like Elvira wasn't just a creative decision, it was also a bold statement. At a time when women in horror were often limited to playing helpless victims, Elvira was something else entirely: bold, cheeky, self-assured, and fully in control of her own image. Elvira's humor was often raunchy, unapologetically playing with sexuality, but always in a way that made the audience laugh with her, not at her. It was a balance that Peterson mastered, allowing her to avoid the pitfalls of becoming a one-dimensional sex symbol. Elvira's strength lies in the fact that she is both sexy and self-deprecating, inviting viewers to embrace both the fun and the fright. In a way, Elvira shattered the archetypes associated with women in horror, giving her an enduring appeal that has only grown stronger over the years. As for Peterson herself, she has consistently made it clear that Elvira was not just a persona but a part of her own identity. And while Elvira's allure lies in her supernatural, vampish mystique, Cassandra Peterson has remained refreshingly grounded and humble, a woman who never forgot her roots. Her ability to separate her personal life from her public persona also played a major role in her sustained success. Unlike many other stars who became caught up in their Hollywood image, Peterson kept Elvira as a character, allowing her to step in and out of the role with ease. Beyond her career, Peterson is a fierce advocate for several causes. She's been vocal about her support for LGBTQ+ rights, using her platform to push for acceptance and equality, reflecting her own experiences and relationships. By opening up about her personal life and discussing her long-term relationship with a woman, Peterson broke down stereotypes yet again, demonstrating the courage to share her truth with her fans. This revelation only strengthened her bond with her audience, as she embraced authenticity and vulnerability, qualities not typically associated with her Elvira persona. Her advocacy extends to animal welfare, and she's worked with PETA and other organizations to raise awareness about animal rights. This compassion adds yet another layer to her already multifaceted life and career, showing fans that behind the character of Elvira is a deeply empathetic and kind-hearted person dedicated to making a difference. As she reflects on her decades-long career, Cassandra Peterson has expressed profound gratitude for the journey Elvira has taken her on. She never anticipated the impact that a late-night horror movie hostess would have on popular culture, but she embraced it wholeheartedly. Her memoir is a testament to her tenacity, her resilience, and her love for her fans. It's clear that Cassandra Peterson's legacy, much like Elvira's, will continue to thrive as long as there are fans who appreciate the camp, the humor, and the spirit of Halloween. Today, Cassandra Peterson's influence stretches far beyond her original fan base, extending to a new generation who admire her as a pioneer. Whether she's attending conventions, releasing new Elvira content, or simply sharing stories from her remarkable life, she has remained a beloved figure in entertainment. Elvira's place in the pantheon of horror icons is secure, not just as a character but as a beacon of self-expression, humor, and empowerment. And so, as Halloween night rolls around and fans put on their favorite Elvira costumes, pop in her movies, and laugh along with her horror-filled antics, we can celebrate Cassandra Peterson's extraordinary journey. Elvira is more than just the mistress of the dark. She's a symbol of embracing the strange, finding strength in humor, and never being afraid to be uniquely oneself. And for that, both Cassandra Peterson and her creation have earned a permanent place in the hearts of fans around the world.